In this video, it's summertime, so I love to wear fragrances that give me a sea breeze type of a vibe, you know, a beachy-like feel, but in a salty vein, in the salty realm of things. You may not like this, but when you do like it, you love it. There's a ton of fragrances out there that do that, but some do to perfection. In this video, I'm going to highlight 7 of my favorites that I'm wearing right now. And you guys, if you do like the beachy, salty, mineral vibe in fragrances, you ought to check these out. Let's go. Before I get into the choices, most of these fragrances here on this list are going to be of niche realm. And here's the deal, guys. You know that niche fragrance brands do capture essences to the T. A lot of greatness, a lot of creative juices flowing, a lot of intricate compounds, new synthetic notes. You guys know designers pretty much want to stay in the box because they just want to wash, rinse, and repeat. And the niche brands sometimes do that, but for the most part, they try more daring, mysterious kind of a thing. And of course, that's what we're doing here today. We're talking about sea breeze, salty notes. So I want to share with you a great event that happens every year in December, Scent Explore, which you guys can obviously explore, discover, share, and connect. It's an international niche perfume event which we connect with thousands of people worldwide. If you can't come to New York City, which is actually a 2-day event this year, you can actually join us virtually. All details below, guys. It's going to be a great event. I really, truly hope to see you in person and have a great time with like-minded individuals, fragrance lovers like ourselves. So details below. I really hope to see you there. Kicking off the list, we have a fragrance here from Zoologist, which for the most part, people think it's a very daring and exquisite, but sometimes weird kind of a fragrance line. I do enjoy them. There's a ton of fragrances that I love about this brand. Squid's a great one. Camo is one of my favorites. And this one here is really up there when it comes to the sea breeze salty note. It's going to be Sea Horse. I love this stuff. It's got this algae kind of a feel to the fragrance, along with the vetiver note, which is great, but also an ambergris, which gives this nice salty sea breeze kind of a vibe. And you guys know ambergris is a note that's very highly featured in Creed fragrances, so it has that appeal, that inviting kind of an undertone. This one here is going to be inviting, but if you don't like algae notes that are salty and breezy, perhaps you're not going to love this one, but I love it. It works with my skin, and again, it captures that sea breeze salty note to the T. Now, if you want to take that saltiness up a few notches, I'm going to give you guys one here that really knocks it out of the park. It's a 𝗙𝗿𝗴𝗃 from a different company, which is a brand that hardly ever gets talked about. And what this is, it's going to be a very salty vetiver kind of a scent. It's got a sea salt note here that really pops. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this is a very salty type of fragrance. The vetiver here is great. You got some floral components like geranium. There is a woody facet here, but the sea salt gives you that afternoon after the sun scalded the sand on the beach. You have the air that goes up, and that's what this feels like. It's like a salty, sunny sea breeze kind of a vibe. I love this stuff. It's very unique, and it's something that I don't wear that much, but sometimes I have a hankering for this, especially around this time of the year. So, and you see here that I put a nice little dent on this bottle. This is a great salty vetiver sea breeze, kind of a sunny note that you get here with 𝗙𝗿𝗴𝗃 from a different company. This brand here, the nose behind and the person who creates these fragrances is actually Jean-Claude Ellen's daughter, Céline Ellen. So quality is definitely here. Next up, from Bois 1920, Italian house, we have Verde di Mare, and boy did I wear this fragrance. This used to always make my top summer lists, and the reason why it hasn't made so much is because I kind of started wearing different things, but I'm very happy to revisit this. This is Verde di Mare, the green of the sea, and that's exactly what you're going to get here. You're going to get a very green, coniferous, salty sea note here, but it's also very appealing, very inviting, easy to wear. Even though this is a salty fragrance, perhaps from all the fragrances here, it's going to be, along with another one from 𝗕𝗿𝗏 that I'll share with you next, the easier ones to wear. But I do love that green, coniferous, piney vibe that you get here, along with that sea salt breeze also note that you get with this fragrance. Bois 1920 Verde di Mare, it's a must if you do enjoy this type of a note. There's also somewhat of an undertone of an algae kind of a feel here that a lot of people get turned off on, but I do focus here myself on my skin on that green sea breeze note that this does very well. And here's the 𝗕𝗿𝗏 I'm talking about. And the good thing about this one is that this particular fragrance was from the private blend, but now is available at the regular signature line for, I think, either a third or half of the cost. This was actually close to $300. Now you can get it for 100 and something in the regular line. This is Costa Azzurra. I love this fragrance. On the scent alone, this captures the Mediterranean life, the Amalfi Coast. So it's very fruity, it's very creamy. The deal here, though, is that the performance is not the best. So if this had great performance, or perhaps if 𝗕𝗿𝗏 released the Costa Azzurra Intense or a Costa Azzurra Noir, this would be a perfect 10. On the smell alone, this is a perfect 10. And the sea breeze note here is a little bit subdued. The creamy and fruitier components, it's very sparkly, it's very fizzy, it's very uplifting, really takes center stage. And the sea breeze note is really in the back. But it does come through, especially depending on your skin. You're gonna get more or less of it. I get quite a bit, but I do get most, the fruity notes and the uplifting components, the sparkliness of the fragrance. I just wish it had better performance on my skin, but on scent alone, this stuff is great. This next one here is the most affordable fragrance on this list right now because it has been discontinued and it's going to get harder and harder to find. The time I'm shooting this video, of course, I'm going to list everything below so you guys can get them easily if you want. But I'm going to tell you, don't walk, run, because this whole line has been axed. So soon enough, in the next year or so, this is going to be hard to find and very expensive. I'm talking about Bulgari from the Aqua collection. This is Aqua Marine. Now, as the name implies, it's going to be a very marine, a very oceanic type of a scent. Captures that sea breeze note to the T along with algae notes. There's vetiver here, there's a grassy note. So now you picture a sea coast line that is very green as well with a grassy kind of a feel. I love this stuff. It's grassy, it's green, it's got the saltiness of the sea breeze, and it's very easy to wear. Probably the most easy to wear here on this list, along with Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra and Verde Mare coming in third place. But this one here, you can find it between 50 and 60 bucks. Performance is actually very good on this one, and I consider this right now a cheapie, soon not to be one. So if you do enjoy the line, pick them up. And if you want a nice marine, sea salty kind of a vibe, check Aqua Marine. You're gonna love it. Got two more great ones for you, perhaps my two favorites right now. But before I reveal them to you, you can try any fragrances in the world, indie, designer, or niche. You guys should know this by now. This is a given. Perfume.com, the best place to try fragrances before you buy it. Guys, don't snooze. There's a code going on. I'm going to pop it on screen right now. Enjoy. And if you want more savings, join the Perfume Crew for monthly giveaways, extra savings from FragranceBuy.ca, which is the partner of this channel, and also Perfume.com. So the best place, guys. There's nothing out there that gives back to you guys as much as Perfume.com. Check details. Don't miss out. This next one is, to me, as I said before, when it comes to indie niche brands, one of the best value propositions, sustainability. I mean, this brand checks all the marks. I love their creations. This one here is going to be a salty sea vibe that you get, but also with some city components because it's Pier NYC. So it's taken inspiration from the pier, from the Chelsea piers in New York. This is going to be salty. It's going to be a little bit creamy. The components here are great. On the bottle itself, there's a salt word here and graffiti, so there is that salty vibe, but it's also very inspiring. There's a fig note in here that adds this creaminess, this fruitiness to the scent. It's great to wear this stuff. It lasts a long time. If you spray your clothes, it's gonna really stay with you. People are gonna love, and you're gonna love the way you smell because it is just a very compelling, a very, appealing and inviting type of a scent, guys. Another note that I'd like to mention here, besides everything I talked about, the saltiness, the sea breeze vibe that you get, the profile that's just gorgeous here with the fig, is also a nice eucalyptus note that really lifts up the composition and gives this camphorous, really brightens the composition in a way that amplifies this performance as well of New York Pier. A great scent, guys. Check this one out. I know you're gonna love it. And my all-time favorite, of course, I couldn't make a mineral, sea salt, sea breeze type of a fragrance, list without this one from Amouroud. This is Whetstone, guys. You know how much I love this fragrance. I just can't get enough. Believe me, in the past 4 years, this is actually my second bottle. I wear this stuff heavily, spring and summer. This is one of my go-tos. It is just absolute greatness. You have so many components here, but the mineral sea salt vibe is definitely prominent here. You have a fruity kind of a base, a touch of oud. It has so much complexity to the fragrance, and it smells just absolutely outstanding. Whetstone from Amouroud, definitely one of my favorites of all time for this particular aquatic, sea salt, sea breeze kind of a genre. So as always, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite sea breeze, sea notes, sea salty kind of a fragrance that you absolutely love? There's a ton of fragrances out there that could have made this list. These are just my current favorites, but I want to read yours. Maybe I'll find a new one. As always, details, everything you need to know. I always share with you guys some really good, juicy stuff in the description of the video, so don't dismiss it because you're going to find a lot of pieces of nuggets of information that are very good for great fragrance aficionados like you and I. And as always, guys, show your support to the channel and choose your fragrances wisely, and of course, wear them well. I'll see you guys right back here. It smells amazing. Real soon. Take care.